In this video, we're going to do a basic overview of the Macros tab. To get started, I've already added in a Pro 24R handheld, and I've added a few sources. I added an Apple TV, a Blu-ray, and a Samsung television. And first, what I want to do is I want to show you kind of how auto programming works. So right now, the macro tab's selected. I'm going to go over and click on Apple TV. And you'll see when you add in your source devices or your control devices at the beginning, when you're adding in your handhelds and all the little sources that you'll be using, auto programming will start to occur. And what happens is you'll see right here, it automatically creates that page jump to go to the Apple TV page. It puts a command to power on. It does a pause for 1 second. The reason it wants to do a pause is it wants to give it time to power up, so that in case you're pressing buttons, there's no macros or nothing gets missed while it's lost in translation while it's booting. Because if a device is booting up, you send the command, it sends, and that was kind of its chance to get it. So it's good to put delays in if you want to make sure that your device is up and going. Now, this is just an example of what it looks like when it auto programs. If we're going to create our own macro, I'm going to click on a blank button and I'm going to click add right here under the macro window. And you'll see it's going to bring up my macro step, and it's really nice, just drag and drop. Like I was talking before about the delay, we can just drag that over, and you'll see right now I have like a 2-second delay. If I want to change that to a 5-second delay, I can. Delays are really helpful when you're doing things like projectors, where it needs some time to warm that bulb up and to come on. I'd really recommend anytime you're doing more than like a second or two delay to have it go to a flip of a please wait page. So that people aren't mashing buttons and trying to control things and thinking that the controller is unresponsive while it's going through that process. So a please wait page will kind of let the user visually see, hey, it's actually doing something. I need to give it a little bit of time. And then when it flips back to the page that you're on for control, then you know you're ready to go. And to delete a macro, very easy. Just click on it, click delete. Some other things you can do, you can add a macro stop, you can add a pause, you can do repeat steps. And what a repeat step is if you're doing a press and hold, or you can change it when they click, that'll automatically repeat 3 times or whatever number you want to set it to. For complex macros, it's really good to add in comments. So if there's something that you're not normally doing, or just something that you want to remember in case you have to come back out and revisit a file, it's good to add some comments in there from time to time. Now the toggle IR code, this is very helpful when it's like toggle bit codes, like a UVerse box where you have like button 1 and alt button 1 that it has to flip in between for it to work. You're going to want to use the alternate or the toggle code there. And then also under macro steps, you'll see there's power sense. So if you have a sense device, it can tell if it's off or on, and then it will send commands depending on the state of the device. One thing that's also very helpful is start control processor commands. So these are startup commands. So let's say you have a business and you're using your ProR and your ProLink to do like the music or something like that, and there's a power outage, and you want to make sure that when it boots back up, the first thing it's going to do on power, it's going to try to reboot that amp. It's going to get that music started and get everything going again. So very, very helpful for doing stuff like that. When it comes to doing your actual macro, very, very simple. We can click on devices, and you'll see we have our Blu-ray, we have our media manager, a TV. For this example, let's just do a TV. So let's say we were going to do the Samsung television here. What'd be really good is if we did a power on. So we want it to power on. And sometimes it takes like a second or so we can throw in a delay there. And I'm going to change it back to 1 second so it has time to boot up like we talked about. Now we're going to go back down and let's find like an input HDMI. Maybe we want it to go there because that's our cable box. So very, very easy to make macros. So now we know when we press that button, it's going to power on and it's going to flip to HDMI 1 after a 1 second delay. So very, very easy, very, very simple to create macros. And like I said, you can do it as elaborate or as simple as you want. There's things for flag operations. So if you want to do flag tests and things like that, clear flags, set flags, we'll get into that in a different video that's just basically all about flags and how to use them. And also there's page links too. So if you want to do that page flip, so right now, let's say we have a TV in there and we want to do a page flip, that's great. We just created our new page that when we click on that button, it's going to flip to our television page. It's going to power that TV on. And it's going to flip it to HDMI 1. So very, very simple. We'll get into more advanced features as we get into new topics. But right now, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.